All right. Speaking of where this country is heading and the fight against corruption, it's about that time we delve into that. Now we have, by the way, we need to see this clip of our president speaking during the weekend over what he's going through as a result of fighting this corruption. Have a look.
We must fight, and we have to fight those forces that prevent us from achieving our dream. Over the last few weeks, I've lost very many friends, Bishop, because I've been receiving so many calls that, you know, how can you just sit there and watch all this destruction going on? You must stop it. And I said, well, it's difficult to stop. It's difficult to stop, not because we love to destroy, but because we must fight impunity. Because if we fail to fight impunity, we will not achieve our dreams. And a time has come for us to fight impunity. A time has come for every Kenyan to realize, no matter how powerful you think you are, no matter how much you think you know people in high position, no matter how much money you have, that will not save you. That will not save you. We must recognize that for this country to succeed, we must fight impunity. For this country to succeed, we must fight corruption.
Well, as we can see, our president has said that he's losing a lot of friends as a result of fighting corruption. However, we'd like to understand what is the impact, what is the expense of, what has this corruption cost us? Because you see now the fight has caused even buildings and malls to be demolished. So we'd like to discuss the economical impact on the youth because of the particular job losses that are happening right now, as much as the corruption as war is still on. Let's talk about that.
Yes, corruption. Corruption is an evil that has caused us many miseries as a country. Mm-hmm. People have lost their livelihoods because of corruption. Mm-hmm. People have been killed. Mm-hmm. Some people cannot even provide for their children because of corruption in this country. Mm-hmm. And killing, I mean, when the policemen, the traffic policemen, they just allow faulty vehicles to pass, they take something small. That is even corruption. And
people to put up malls in restricted areas.
In restricted areas. Yeah. So you see, it is said that when the wind blows, the anus of the chicken is always exposed. Mm. I've always loved Mr. President for one thing. Yeah. He's always speaking frankly his mind. There's a time when was it US that wanted to impose some things on us about LGBTI rights.
Yeah.
You give us a break. We have other problems to fight in this country.
Yes.
And now he's saying that he's ready to slay that dragon. Mm. Of course, when you're slaying that dragon, people will not be happy. Not everybody is happy because the corrupt are also very many and they're very powerful. Mm-hmm. So Mr. President, of course, we lose friends, but we'll gain more. Actually, I was his friend already, but he has gained me more because of the fight against corruption. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that institutions should be working. The goodwill from the president is what we've always needed. You see, the DCI is working. The hitherto toothless anti-corruption, nowadays they're doing something. People have been sleeping in cells here around this town. Big people, not just people like us. Big people have been in cells, going to court. So Mr. President's goodwill should be supported by all Kenyans of goodwill. Corruption can end, but it will take some time. Now, about economic losses, you see the houses have been going down in riparian areas. And first of all, those people who acquired those things, they were approved by somebody. You don't just build in this county without approval. So there must have been a body somewhere which approved those buildings. I think those who approved those buildings should also be held in courts because they are NEMA themselves.
Yeah, and they are costing people a lot of money. They should be forced to compensate.
They should compensate, and they should be taken to court themselves because of you can't approve somebody to build somewhere, then you come back later on now to demolish them in the spirit of fighting corruption.
Yeah.
The job losses as in those areas.
Yeah.
But again, that should not stop the president from fighting the menace. Corruption is an evil that must be rooted out. And if the president is sure that you want to leave a good legacy, then this is it. There's nothing more than it. Fight corruption. Let somebody wake up and know that he can do something and get something. You see, even if you're a youth, you go to this, there's programs that the government has set for maybe Wezo Fund, Youth Fund, the AGPO, the opportunities for tendering. Yeah. But if you do not know somebody in high places, getting those things is not very easy. You have to know somebody who knows someone to get those things. So the president is right, and the country is taking a right trajectory so that fight against corruption must continue. People are falling by the wayside, let them fall. So that let all Kenyans feel included. And then we can say now we are proud of this country.
Do you believe at this rate that the fight of corruption is going, we'll see more youth representation in leadership positions come 2022?
Yes, you see, the youth representation, especially in politics, there's always, whom do you know in this party, if you want to vie, for example, And if party management is not changed, we still have those things. Generally, in the institution that we have, we can take them to account. But in party, you see, you have to know somebody who knows somebody. You can't be elected in a, maybe if I want to vie for MCA in North Karachuonyo, where I come from, I will not just vie and people elect me because I'm good. What is the party saying? So if the political parties are also sure, because the biggest political party is ODM in Jubilee, if they do want to fight corruption, then they start from inside. About democracy, let people choose their leaders. You know, democracy is always good being talked about. From you are talking about, you are telling other people to be democratic, but inside you, if it is now in your house, it's very difficult. So if corruption is reduced, I think more youth will come in. People can now vie. People can access government services easily. People will not even be interested in politics. You know, for a long time, we've always looked up to politicians. We think that is the good thing. That I want to be a politician because I'm called honorable. Most of these politicians, there's nothing honorable about them. I think that name should change. And like in Germany, we should give maybe strong titles to academicians. In Germany, if you're a professor, they'll treat you well. They don't care about politicians so much. But in this country, Mheshimiwa amekuja, even if they go to churches, the things just change. So I think
even the sermon changes.
The sermon. The preacher now must talk about the rich young ruler. You know, when the politicians walk in. And then this thing will end, this one of bribing the youth, because they'll have something to do. Like I saw Governor Y254 doing in Kiambu. There's some rehabilitation program that he has made. So people will have something to do, and we will not have to over-depend on handouts from politicians. And what PLO, Professor Patrick Chotieno Lumumba said sometime, but about sonkonization. He said that sonkonization is the acquisition of material wealth with means which are unfathomable. People are just rich like that. You don't even know where the wealth is coming from. That is corruption. But if we can stop it, if the president can be true to his words and walk the talk, then many Kenyans will be behind him. But we are still holding our jaw. You know, you can celebrate too early. We've seen always the attempts to fight corruption.
But I was even just about to ask about a scandal that we don't receive updates on anymore, which is the NYS scandal, which is the National Youth Service 9 billion scandal. You have some updates on that. Can you let us know just before you continue?
Oh, the suspect. This one who were taken to court the other day. You see, the matter is now, they pleaded not guilty. Of course, now it has to go to a full hearing. The hearing dates are not given like, you go to court now and tomorrow you come be heard. There are also other matters. So it takes time, and it is still continuing. However, over the weekend I read somewhere that the government or the prosecution and the accused want to come into a bail. They want to come into plea bargain, but I don't think that is the way.
What is a plea bargain?
Plea bargain is now when the accused person and the prosecution come together to compromise. So we do not go to full trial. You have to, you say now, you stole how much, young man? I stole this much. Now bring part of that money, then we will not take you to for full trial, where you might be found culpable. I don't think that is the way to go. If somebody took Kenyan money, let them return the full money, and even after returning it, then let them still face the full force of the law. Because it will then encourage others who want to steal that, let me steal 100 million.
Then if I get caught, they'll just take things back.
We'll go to again, I'll give them 90, I still remain with 10 million free money. So I think the suspect should face the full force of the law. Yeah, that's the one.
All right, there's a gentleman who goes by the name of Raila Odinga who has attributed the fight against corruption going so well to the handshake that he had with one Uhuru Kenyatta. Do you believe that these sentiments are true? And he's also pushing for the asset recovery. Like they say, he said that the same way the government is fighting these people that illegally acquired land and put up restricted structures, he should also be as firm with asset recoveries from people who are found culpable of corruption. All the assets should be seized. So do you believe that the handshake had something to do with how well the fight against corruption is going?
Yeah, the handshake, personally, when it happened, I was taken aback a bit because as an organizer, I was a youth organizer for the party at some point. There were some things we were organizing. Only one day to wake up that there's an handshake. But after sometimes we have learned to live by it, and I don't think it is all that bad. There's some good in it. And back then, I felt betrayed about the people who lost their lives championing for the cause. You know, people who were battered, people who lost their children, their property. But again, now I realize an eye for an eye will make all of us blind. We have to find some seeding grounds. Now, the handshake, whether you're saying whether Raila now, the handshake is the one which is pushing the fight against corruption. Yeah, somehow true, yeah, because that Raila knows so much about this country, yeah, and the corrupt dread him. That's why people have always not wanted him to be in the political seat.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, because we'll fight corruption with its roots, where I come, we call it with kuku, and with everything. Yeah, now, the president is willing to fight the corruption to leave a good legacy. He has found a friend in Raila, string bedfellows. They can do it together. The handshake can work. And Raila, when they did the handshake, he said that the problems of this country has always been attributed to the Kenyatas and the Odingas, the dynasties. And he said that it's only them who can solve it. Now, if they come together to solve it for the betterment of this country, why should we complain? Yeah. So let them do it wholeheartedly. Let them not spare cronies around them. If the fight of corruption is to be believed by Kenyans, then it must be against everybody who is corrupt. About the riparian land, we are still giving them opportunity. You know, there are some lands which cannot even be talked about in Mombasa and somewhere else.
Yeah.
About along the coast. We will see if those ones are demolished, then we can see clearly that the President, Raila himself, and everybody who has said that they're supporting fight against corruption are actually honest and true to their word.
All right. I think that's enough for today. Thank you so much for coming, Ocieng. Do you have any parting shots, any little words of literature? Because I love listening to them anymore a lot. So make sure you tell us one last parting shot, some literature, some good word of advice to the Kenyan people as we conclude this segment.
Oh, literature. If you talk about literature, then it reminds me of my friend, Professor Chinua Achebe. I was saying that the reason why flies are buried with corpses is because they have nobody to advise them. So I want to encourage the youth of this nation, just work hard. Do not depend on political goodwills. Moods can swing. So just get your feet out there and do something. Now that the corruption is being fought, your efforts will be always your efforts will be appreciated, and you can get something out of it. And literature should be embraced. Now that you love literature, you can do something about literature in this country, because as again they say that the proverb is the palm wine with which words are eaten.
All right.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. You have been watching Youth and Politics, and I am Hilda Wadidi. Do make sure you catch up with us every Monday for this particular segment, and the youth should be involved in the political atmosphere so that you can know these things affect your daily life, they affect your economy. So make sure you do participate. Thank you so much for watching. Don't go away.